right. All right. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome back to the show. I know it's been a few days since I said I would be posting, and that's okay. That's just the continuation here. That's just been the kind of theme that the What Lights Your Fire kind of tends to give off, but that's okay. You know why? Because I'm busy, you're busy, and no one really cares. So, welcome back to the show. Like I said, this is What Lights Your Fire. We're, I'm having a good time here. Having a good time because school's been good. It's kicking into overdrive, and time seems to be flying by me, and that is okay. That's okay. Still using every day to my advantage, and so should you. So, let me just cut the promo real quick before I get in. Go follow the Instagram. We're a motivational podcast. If it's your first time here, hey, give yourself a round of applause. You made it. You made it to the real time, to the big show, as they call it. Yeah. So go follow the Instagram. WL Your Fire. Send me an email if you want. For any episode ideas, that's WLYfire@gmail.com. If you need me to repeat that, look in the description. But, so this is, I don't even remember the number, but that's okay. This is a new episode. Another episode, and it's kind of a repetitive, a little bit of a repetitive theme, but I found use in it. And so let's just dive right in. Oh, and by the way, since, I mentioned so much my profession, my school, my schooling profession, my professional school. There we go. That's the real sentence. I've decided to add a little segment to the show just to spice things up a little bit, okay? Spice it up for me, spice it up for you. Make sure you're a little bit more engaged. And maybe instill a bit more motivation throughout the episode, yeah? So there's going to be a new segment. Can't decide on what I want to call it yet. But basically, I'm going to be giving you a fun fact, all right? I'm going to give you a veterinary fun fact each episode. Doesn't matter. It's going to be random species. Doesn't matter. It's going to be random topics. Doesn't matter. But you just get ready for it. And that'll be that's going to be intermingled, all right? It's going to be thrown about inside this episode at some point in time. So, you just wait. You wait on that for better or for worse for you. You may not want to know it, but for me, I have to. So now you are going to hear about it. Anyways, let's get into the real theme of today's episode for What Lights Your Fire. So, if you follow the Instagram, which doesn't matter, I don't really care if you do, I put out a little post that said, kind of what I'm going to be talking about. So the power, and I've talked about this before, like I said, but the power that vision has on motivation. So the reason I bring this up is because I have there's a course that I take for my degree, which it's more of a professional course, so it gears us towards becoming more, professional as a whole. And in that we have, it's not always the most fun course just because it's not, a lot more, veterinary geared, but it's more geared towards you becoming, a professional, like I said. So, there's stuff that helps you understand more the ins and outs of how to run a profession, of how to, kind of have better communication skills, all that good stuff that you need. And so we have we had a new person come talk to us throughout the class. And he brought up the idea of a vision board, which is something that I don't ever do. So, and usually I'm want to get out of there right after I'm done for the day. But I was like, hey, stick it out. Give it a shot, right? Try and think about this thing in the sense that maybe this can be beneficial, right? So I did, and I love the dude, the guy who was talking to us about stuff. Who was lecturing to us, I guess that's a better way to say it, instead of talking to us about stuff. He's a really nice guy. Australian dude, thick accent, super cool. It's honestly, it made it more intriguing to be there because I was like, this is awesome. He has such a sick accent. But anyways, that's beside the point. Vision board. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to, necessarily stay because it had been a long day. But I was like, this is gonna be, just put yourself in these shoes. And he was giving us the example that he had done a vision board a couple years back, and he had reached all the goals that he had on it. So if you don't know what a vision board is, like I didn't going into it, pretty much you have pictures, images, what have you. If you want to make a real one, like a tangible one, you print out pictures or something. But I just did mine online. I printed out, or I put images that are associated with something that I want to achieve, right? And I think I only put like 4 or 5, but it was just to kind of introduce us to the idea of a vision board. And so I think I put a picture of graduation from this program that I'm in. I think I put a picture of marriage because I'm going to get married here coming up pretty soon, which is super, super sick. So I'm going to check that one off, Hey, guess what, guy? I'm checking one off pretty quickly. So yeah, there's that. And then I think I put for me personally, this is my path, right, that I've chosen that you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing about. But when I become a veterinarian after I graduate, I personally want to become as best as I can at ultrasounding techniques for reproductive purposes for animals, and also advanced surgical techniques. So those are my 2 main career goal aspirations at the moment. And so I put, pictures of that stuff on there as well. And then I think I just put pictures of my hobbies as well, that I kind of want to continue having a full rounded life. So if you can get the picture here, see what I did there with the vision board. If you can get the whole image, it really, it's something I'm going to look back at and be like, I'm glad I did it, because one day I will achieve all those things, and I will check them all off. Mark my words. And when I do think about it, I'm going to be like, that was a nice little thing that I did because it kept me imagining, seeing in my head, throwback to last episode, being able to visualize my own success before it happened, right? And sticking to a path even when it got hard. So that's kind of the theme of this episode. So I kind of encourage you, if you haven't made one before, go do it, I mean, like I said, I didn't really necessarily want to, but then I did, and I was like, this is fun. This is fun. This will help me a little bit, and it's going to get me thinking about more aspirations that I have down the line. And, even if it's just, you can make one for just tomorrow, right? If you really want to, say today's Tuesday or something, and you want to make one for Wednesday, do that. But if you want to, do one long term, do that as well. I did mine just long term, like I said, but I really do suggest it if you guys have any sort of, you're lacking a little bit in inspiration, right? I'd say this is a nice little thing, and I'll link something in the description for the one that I used, or one similar to that. I don't remember what I used, but it'll give you a template for it, which is a fun little thing. So if you're looking for something new to kind of spark you, if you feel like you're a little stagnant, I recommend doing it. Or if you're just getting bored of the same old, maybe think of some new stuff that you want to get done. Be able to visualize it. Hey, if you want to be better than me, print it out and put it on your board or something, whatever you desire. But that's the main part of this episode. It really gave me a little bit of joy, right? Because I was like, hey, I don't really want to do this. But then I ended up going through it. Like any scenario when you're not wanting to go through something, and then something good happens out of it. Sorry about that. A little alarm had to go off there. But, like I was saying, something good came out of it, and I'm very, very thankful for it. And it's going to keep me engaged, right? It's going to keep me engaged for the next, however many months and however many years that I have left right of this program. So that's what my theme is for this week. And I know it's a little bit shorter, and it's a little bit more to the point. Less rambling for me, thankfully, right? But I'd say that's what's lighting my fire as of the last week, and it's going to, help me to really listen to the snap, by the way. Yeah, that's my what finger bones we got here? Yeah, this is my anatomical brain, right? as a future doctor. My phalanges are snapping together pretty hard. Anyways, beside the point, nerdy. But you know what? Transitioning into the nerdy segment of the, I'm not gonna call it the nerdy segment of the day, but let me just swoon you guys with a little bit of anatomical. Since I'm on that right now, that's how my mind's thinking. Let me just anatomically swoon you over. All right. I don't know if that's the phrase, but whatever. That's what we're going with. If you want to know anything specific about the horse's humerus, the bone in you, if you sitting right now, viewer, listener, feel your bicep, feel your tricep, that part of your arm. The bone that all those muscles attach to is the humerus. And in the horse, the humerus is very, very large, as one can imagine. But it's, yeah, sorry for the cut. Messed up on the first segment, but that's okay. The first rendition never goes as well as we plan, yeah? Anyways, as I was saying, previous Michael was talking to you about the horse's humerus. And so this is a little key piece of information. If you guys are playing Jeopardy and this question comes up, remember who taught you. That'll be anatomy for 500, please. And I think I was saying that the horse's humerus is not as large as you think, but it's fairly, it's the largest of all our domestic species. And in the dog, there is a greater tubercle and a lesser tubercle. So if you feel your humerus right now and there's that bony protrusion on the outside of your arm, that's called the greater tubercle. And now in between the greater tubercle and the lesser tubercle in the horse, we have an intermediate tubercle. That's right. Everything weird that you can imagine always happens in a horse. They're a walking anomaly. Anyways, that's my little anatomical piece of the day for you guys. And that's going to be the kickoff segment of TBD. Going to name that later. It's not going to be the nerdy segment of the week. Don't worry. Maybe it will be, I'm not sure. But probably not. Anyways, let's cut back to our regular scheduled program. So vision board, do it if you want. Do it if you don't want. Wait, that's not how it works. Don't do it if you don't want. There we go. But kind of focus in if you can. If you don't want to, right? You don't have to do anything. But if you have a desire to keep pushing, day by day, I'd say go for it. Try that vision board out. And if you want to just, try and stick to your goals better, then maybe write them down. For me, it always works when I have tangible things to hold on to, look at, or do. Because I tend to be I'm a little forgetful Freddy. But when I have something to keep me going, it helps me out. So that's this week's episode. And that's my theme for you. If you have, ears to listen and you're here, thanks very much. This has been What Lights Your Fire. It's just been very, very nice to be able to talk like a crazy person into this microphone and be able to listen back to it, at least on my end, and tell myself, hey, you're sticking to some sort of goal. And if you just stick to one out of all the millions that you have every day or, dreams that you have, that's a win. So if you can take that away, if you can take anything away from what I said, even the horse having an intermediate tubercle on its humerus, Godspeed. Like I said at the beginning, follow the show if you like us. Tell your friends, and if you don't like us, and don't tell anybody, because we don't want you to spew hate, right? If you don't like us, then leave right now. All right, stop listening. But yeah, so it's great to talk to you guys again. Stay on your course, whatever you're doing. I'm very proud of you. And like I said, any episode ideas, give me a holler, and I will gladly reply to that email. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next episode. And hey, listen to this snap one more time. All right. Have a great day.